So little Pip, come. The journey continues. Look at me, click, reward. Okay, so we're furthering the journey onto the next stage of little shadow chasing Pip here, and luckily enough we've got another overcast day. Otherwise, what if it was blazing sunshine with watch reflections, silhouettes, light, shadows, reflections, shine on the ground and all that kind of stuff, we would start the training off inside. So we would charge the clicker. Good girl. There it is. Now you know what it means. Good girl. I'm going to give you another one there just because I can. So we would start off the new skill that we needed to look at inside, making the training environment as easy and as simple as possible when we're teaching dogs new skills. So we would have done this inside if it was sunny outside. So we hoisted in, charging the clicker, realising, or her realising, what she needed to do when we called her name. So next thing what we need to do, move on, is put a time limit on it. Pip, come. Whereas we do not, good, we do not want her to fixate on anything, because remember, it's that fixational state of mind which is getting her into trouble. But we can transfer this thought process or this skill into other reactional areas. You know, big German Shepherd down the street, woof, 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 reacting to the dog on the other side of the road. So what I tend to do is allow a dog to look, never allow a dog to stare, because it's the staring that gets them into trouble. It's an animal, we love them, they're part of the family. There's a reason why we got a dog, because we want them to integrate and do things within our social circle and our life and all that kind of stuff. So this isn't about wrapping them up in cotton wool on one end of the spectrum, or on the other end of the spectrum turning them into a robot. But this is about managing their mind, managing their thought processes, because they cannot do it. They cannot do it effectively because it's a canine mind, it's canine brain. It doesn't have the facility or the luxury to rationalise, to analyse, to comprehend, to assess like we would. So we have to think for them. And then that's when it's a very, very black and white way of thinking. What's right is right, you'll get rewarded. What's black is wrong. There's a consequence, whatever that consequence may be. So what I like to do is I'll allow her, see look, Pip, good. I'll allow her to look at anything in this world for 3 seconds. Totally fine. The bus, the postman, the fly, the wasp, the butterfly, the the whatever it is, okay? I'll allow her to look at it for 3 seconds. Any longer than that, then I'm redirecting her. I'm calling her name and getting her to look at me, and when she does look at me, I'm rewarding her for just doing that. So we're constantly redirecting and interrupting and snapping her out of that potential risk of staring, turning into and then manifesting into a fixational reactional state of behaviour. So rule of 3, she can look at anything in this world for 3 seconds. Any longer than that, I'm stepping in and thinking for her. I'm making her do something better to snap her out of that potential fixational state of mind. Now, with her, again, train the dog in front of you. Very, very famous saying. Every dog is different, every method is different. You have to tailor your training plan to that specific dog's needs, but more importantly, the dog's character, the dog's personality, the dog's maturity, the dog's age. Everything has to come into it. Pip, good girl, come here. So with her fixation, or the worst element of the problem, is on the floor. Shine, shape, silhouettes, shadows, reflections, watches doing whatever they want to do. So the last thing I want to do or use as a redirectional technique is scatter food on the floor to keep her busy, which is a good technique, but it won't work for her because the issue is on the floor. So what I don't want to do is reward her for continuing to hunt and look at things and find things that are on the floor, because that's what we want to stop her from doing. So tailor the method to the dog's requirements that you want to achieve and you want to gain success in. As I said, great technique, reactive dog in the park, woof, 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 Give it a job. Scatter some kibble or some treats on the grass to give it a job to then redirect the body and the mind away from what it's reacting to. That's not going to work for her. So moving on, we're literally teaching her the floor is the most boring thing that you are ever going to come across in your life. Looking at us is better by miles. Good girl, there you go. No name, no click. Good girl, there you go, well done. So next stage, as I said, is once the clicker is charged or loaded, call it whatever you like, simple is does she react to it? Does she know what the noise means? The next stage is putting some time limit on there. 1, 2, 3, pip, click, good, well done. Good, there you go. And she's actually picking it up really, really well. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, pip, good, and a click. The good thing about it is as well is she's automatically returning to us. So without us giving her a recall or a come command, when we call her name, she's actively returning to us with anticipation of the reward, which is a great thing because not only are we redirecting her brain, 1, 2, 3, pip, good. Not only are we redirecting her brain, we're redirecting her body, and she has to think about putting one foot in front of the other. So we're redirecting the mind as well as the body. Constantly moving, giving her space. 1, 2, 3, pip. Good, there it is. Well done. Good. But little Pip, next phase. She's getting on really well.